Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Rick 9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Love Lucy. More specifically, about a really fantastic piece of costuming that Bill Frawley wore in an episode of I Love Lucy when he was playing Fred Mertz. Now, what happened to that piece of costume? Well, it will be surprising to see the answer to that. But before I get to that, thanks to all of you who have been liking, commenting, and subscribing. The videos have been getting so much support from all of you, and it means so much to me. So I really do thank you for doing so. Now, the episode that I'll be talking about from I Love Lucy is from season 7. It's episode 11. Lucy has her eyes examined. I would say it's in my top 10, probably even top 5 favorite episodes of all time of I Love Lucy. It is so good. It aired December 14th, 1953. In this episode, Ricky brings one of his past friends along. He is the famous, in the show, Bill Parker. Now, Mr. Bill Parker is recognized by the Mertzes, and later on, the Mertzes tell Lucy that, yeah, this guy's a big deal, and they want to audition for this guy's show. Of course, Ricky wants nothing to do with that, and Lucy is, of course, trying to get in on the act and tries to learn the jitterbug from her dance instructor, Arthur King Cat Walsh. Goodness, I love that actor, and goodness, I love that character. I wish he appeared more in TV shows and movies. But anyway, he was dancing with Lucy. They finally do get on the show, but before that, Lucy is really pressuring Ricky to get an eye exam, and when they go there, they realize that he's okay, but Lucy has a lot of problems. He has to dilate her eyes, and this causes her to have blurry vision during the dance number, and all chaos ensues, of course. It is a great episode. From beginning to end, it's so good. When dance instructor Arthur King Cat Walsh makes his appearance, Fred does also, and he comes out in this really thick, large coat. And he starts dancing the varsity drag there with everyone. One of my favorite scenes from the entire episode. Fred is my absolute favorite. And he has these great one-liners. And Arthur King Cat kind of walks around him and says, "Man, that's the coolest." Whereas Fred responds with this great one-liner, "Coolest? Man, this is the hottest." So, trying to get the idea that it's a very hot coat. And then they leave. But that scene always left an impression in my mind, and we sometimes wonder what happens to these items. Well, we can actually go almost 20 years into the future and get an answer. We jump to another show of Lucille Ball called Here's Lucy. I've talked about it periodically here on the channel, but this is from season 3. It's episode 12. It's called Lucy and Rudy Valley. Of course, in this episode, we have the guest star Rudy Valley, and Lucy is trying to modernize him with the help of his daughter Kim and the rock and roll friends. Now, what's great about this episode is that Rudy Valley does make a pretty good appearance into this episode. He sings, he dances, he has a big number at the end, and right as it begins that big number, I mean, who can mistake this? This is it. This is the coat that Fred wore nearly 20 years before. And you may think, why is he wearing this in this episode? Well, I doubt that they actually made that coat for Fred. In fact, it may have been in another TV show or movie, but Desilu had possession of it. They used it for the episode once, and Lucy gets her eyes examined, and then later on, they found this. They found a good use for it. They put it on Rudy Valley, and it's pretty crazy to think that Bill Frawley wore it, and then Rudy Valley wore it. As well, I can say that the real Desi Arnaz Jr. wore it in another episode, but I just wanted to focus on Rudy Valley's using of it. I think it was really cool. Now, a lot of people I know will probably wonder, where is it today? Well, maybe that's a good question to ask, but it's great to see almost 2 decades into the future of them still using an item. Now, my question is, have you seen both of these episodes or either of them? Which one do you like? And I would suspect that many people have not seen the Rudy Valley episode. It was from the 1970s. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. What do you think? What do you think about this coat? Is it something that is super obvious? Should they have reused it? Or do you think this is something that, should be a one-time thing? They maybe destroy it or repurpose it for another reason and not make it to appear in the same capacity. But Desilu thought that it would look good for this scene. I'd love to know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for the support as always. And most importantly, don't forget to always be hopeful. Thank you to all my supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Christopher K, John O, David D, Sally N, Jerry D, Vito L, Citizen Kane, Jennifer P, and Kevin K. If you want to be on this list, make sure to check out the link in the description. It's all of you patron members who make my channel possible. Thanks!